All right, so 7.2 day 1 here. Yesterday we talked about polynomials, right? We dealt with adding and subtracting polynomials. Today we are multiplying polynomials together. So we're going to look at multiplying monomials together to start, and then we're going to kind of ramp our way up from there. And then eventually the end goal is to be able to multiply two binomials together. Binomials, remember, are two terms, so we're going to multiply two binomials together. Okay, that's the end. So let's start just multiplying monomials together here. So let's start by going 4x to the third times 3x to the fifth. I want you to multiply those two together, and I want to see what you come up with. Okay, check somebody, see if they have the same thing as you. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Raise your hand, tell me, what did you come up with here? What do we think this is going to be?
12x to the 8.
This is going to be 12x to the 8. 12x to the 8. So when we're multiplying monomials here, remember in each term, that's still just multiplication. This is 4 times x to the third times 3 times x to the fifth. So everything's just multiplied together. So that means I can rearrange, I can multiply in any order. So I can multiply both of the coefficients together first. So any coefficients that you have, any numbers that you have, just multiply those all together. And then when we multiply the variables together, we have to add the exponents. All right, we talked about that in chapter 6, a whole bunch. So we add the exponents together. So you're multiplying the coefficients, adding the exponents, we end up with 12x to the 8. Okay. So let's try another one here. Let's go. All right, I want you to multiply those two together. Let's see what we get. Okay, check somebody.
Well, there's no. I know.
All right, raise your hand. What do we have here? Otter?
Negative 10x to the fifth y to the fifth.
There you go. So we multiply the two coefficients together. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. We add the exponents. And remember, if there's no exponent there, there is a 1. So just that x is x to the first. We have to add that to the 4 to get x to the fifth. Okay? So we multiply those together, we get there. Okay? Questions so far on our basics? Okay, let me put 2 more up there and then we'll move on. Let's go with that one, and then all right, go ahead. tell you the first two algebra classes today, these two definitely got wrong more than the first two. Really. Even the top one. Talk through with somebody.
Yeah, I got.
What did you have?
Yeah, that's what I got. What'd you get first?
Because I multiplied.
Wait, here we go. How that top one? 6x times 2x here. Kenzie?
12x to the second power.
Yeah, there's 12x squared there. Or 12x to the second, however you want to say it. A lot of times people will say 12x. Right, we still have to add those exponents together. They each have an exponent of 1, add them together, it should be 12x squared for that. Okay? Connor, what'd you get for the last one?
Negative 60x to the third y to the second.
Do we agree?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Gibby, what do you have?
I got negative 60, and then z to the third power, x to the third power, and y to the second power.
So you have the same variable, same exponents, just in a different order. Okay. Anybody have anything else? This is good. Technically, yours is the same thing, but our general rule is we're going to put them in alphabetical order. Okay, so we're going to go X, Y, Z.
Oh.
Alphabetical order, not biggest to smallest, because it's not a standard form because we're not adding or subtracting. All right, this is just inside of one term. This is one monomial. So it's alphabetical order for the exponent or for the variable. Yeah.
So you don't do it in like the exponent order, like you don't do 5, 3.
Nope. Nope. You go by the variable. Go exponent or alphabetical order. Yeah. Okay. Any questions on any of these before we move on? Okay. All right. So we'll step it up just a little bit. We're going to look at basically what we did for the warm up, but we're going to throw variables in. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and distribute that 4x, please. Okay, check somebody.
I just did 4.
All right. What do we got? Raise your hand. What do we have? Parker?
12x to the second minus 24x.
There you go. 12x to the second minus 24x. So when you are distributing the entire thing. You are taking the 4x together to the 3x and the minus 6. Okay, it's not just distributing the 4 and then the x or anything like that. You're taking the 4x times 3x and the 4x times negative 6. I've been telling you all year that you need to be able to look at this and just realize that that's a negative 6 without going and changing it to plus a negative. So I want you to think of this as 4x times a negative 6 to be able to get that negative 24x. Okay. Good. So we take that entire thing to both of them. We get it. Be careful of the negatives. If this was a negative, then you'd be taking a negative 4x to both things. Okay, and that would change your sign on both of them. All right. Questions on that? On distributing? Yeah.
Where the negative 24x Why would there be no exponents?
Because we're just taking 4x times the negative 6. And 4x times the negative 6, that's the only variable that we have. Right? So there's nothing to add to it. So it would still be x to the first, because that's the only one that we have there. Anything else on this? All right, so let's jump into the main event here. What we're looking at. So we are going to be multiplying two binomials together. Okay, multiplying two binomials. Remember, binomials had two terms. So two terms each, two binomials being multiplied together. The book is going to show you 3 different ways of doing the same problem. 3 different ways to multiply binomials. That's examples 1, 2, and 3. Are the 3 different ways of doing this. I'm going to concentrate on one way. It's actually example 3. But I'm going to concentrate on one way, and then I'm going to show you one of the others, just so that you're aware that it exists. Because you will see a problem on the homework that kind of relates to it. But we're going to concentrate on one. And what we need to do, we know we need to multiply something together, because this is a multiplication problem. So we got to remember what we're going to multiply and where we're going to multiply and all that. So there's an acronym that tells us, that reminds us of what we have to multiply. Okay? And for all of you that looked at the I can statement when you walked in like you're supposed to, you know that it is called the FOIL method. So our acronym is FOIL, F-O-I-L. So these letters stand for something, and they're going to remind us what we have to multiply together to be able to get our answer. The F stands for first. First. And what we mean by first is we're going to take the first term in both sets of parentheses, and we're going to multiply those together. So in this case, it's x times x. So the F is first. We're taking the first term in each set of parentheses multiplied together. What is x times x?
2x.
X to the second. Somebody said it. X to the second. Not 2x. That would be if I was adding x plus x, it would be 2x. But if I'm multiplying, I got to add those exponents like we just talked about, right? X times x, add the exponent, x squared. All right, that's the F. Any guesses as to what the O stands for? Gibby?
Other.
Not other. Under. Okay, that starts with a U. Third hour, somebody said above. I was like, nope, that doesn't start with an O either.
Nope, that's an A.
Around is an A as well.
Oval.
No, not
Over.
over.
Opposite.
Ob's a good idea, but no. Over.
Oh.
Not
Said
over.
it.
Or
Orange, no.
Acronym.
I didn't expect you to get it.
exponent. No, that's.
No. I didn't. Wait, I got it.
Oh, sir.
I'm 16.
This is gonna be great for those watching at home later.
Never
where
mind.
we just let Gibby guess.
I already got it.
Yeah.
I'm not done.
Outer.
I knew that.
It's either outer or you can think of it as outside. That works too. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the two outermost terms and multiply them together.
Can you guess the other one?
Not yet.
Oh, it's inner.
Spoiler.
Oh.
So outer, we got x times 2. What is x times 2? 2x. X times 2 is 2x. Anytime you're multiplying a number in a variable, put the number first. Okay? Make it 2x, not x2. Okay? Make it 2x. So I want you to, we're going to pause right here. I want you to look at what we've done so far. All we've done, guys, all we've done is distribute. We distributed this x to the x and the 2. Okay? This is helping us to realize what we need to multiply. And the first thing we did was we distributed the x to both. Okay? Kenzie?
I have to guess what I is.
What do you guess I is?
Either inner or inside.
I already
There you go.
said it.
I know you said it. Inner or inside, right? Inner or inside. So that's gonna be the two innermost. So in this case, 4 and x. What is 4 times x?
4x.
4x, thank you.
Last.
Oh, lastly,
Last.
Last of all.
label.
Linear.
Does anybody know what the L stands for?
Linear.
People on the video just watching this.
Lizard. I guessed it first.
I said it way before you gave it to
Anyway,
But Connor actually knows.
You're what Connor said.
the L stands for last, so that is our last two terms. So the last one's in the parentheses, so 4 and 2, 4 times 2, of course, is 8. I'm not even gonna give you the opportunity to get that one wrong, because somebody earlier today did. It's been a rough day, apparently.
Oh,
Okay, we gotta stop just yelling out loser, because that's making me feel a little bad here.
No,
Feel like you're
great.
attacking
People
me.
got it wrong with that.
Alright, anyway, then we gotta combine like terms, of course, right? We gotta combine like terms, and we gotta write our answer in standard form. Now, most of the time, as long as your binomials are set up in standard form, and they will be most of the time, your answer will automatically, once you combine those like terms, will automatically be in standard form. So that, the FOIL helps us in that way too. So we end up with x squared plus 6x plus 8 as our answer.
Yes.
I got 7x to the 4th plus 8.
So we're not, you can't combine like terms if they don't have the same variable, same exponent, right?
I understand. Oh, multiplying is different.
Correct. Multiplying is different than adding. Yeah. All right. We're getting there. Okay, so this is FOIL, okay? And really, what it is, it's distributing, because we took the x here and here, and then we took the 4 here and here. So we distributed the x to everything, and then we distributed the 4 to everything. FOIL just gives us that acronym to help us remember what we're doing and to keep them in order to be able to do it, okay? Every time I do a FOIL problem, I still draw in those arcs so that I know that I've done all 4. Okay? This is the main way that we are going to talk about this FOIL. I want you to try one. Okay, we're going to stay basic right now, and then we're going to step up after. X plus 10 times x plus 6. Go ahead and solve that out. As you continue to do these, you're going to get really fast at them. Okay, it's going to start coming very quickly because it's the same idea over and over. Okay, talk to somebody. Yeah, they got the same thing here.
Oh, I got that one.
Yes, but their colors are gray. Yes, they are.
I thought Ohio was red,
Scarlet
white,
and
and
gray,
gray.
I promise you.
Yeah, yeah, that's like red and gray.
What? That what? That Ohio State colors are scarlet and gray, not red and white.
I thought it's red, white, and gray.
All right, hey, here we go. Here we go. There we go. Bridget, what do we end up with here? Casey?
X to the second plus 16x plus 60.
There you go. First outer inner last is going to get us x squared plus 6x plus 10x plus 60. Combine those middle two, and we get our answer. All right, David?
You have to simplify it.
Yes. We have to simplify. Yep. Yes.
You have to put them in a certain order.
It needs to be in standard form. So the exponents from biggest to small. All right, so let's step it up a little bit. Do a little bit harder.
Yeah, that's it. Honestly, not for me.
Okay, there are two of them. Feel free to walk through it with somebody if you need to. I would just help both of them. It's the same idea, okay? Same idea. First outer inner last.
Oh, that can't be that. Another one?
It's the same one. Just reroll it.
Oh,
Trying to spread it out a little bit.
like the COVID. The one who said it.
If you can get these two, then you can get anything you're going to see on the homework tonight.
Oh, no.
It's school.
That's how you make it right now. How you wake up.
Hey, check somebody, talk through. See what they did. See what they got.
Yeah, minus for but I got two, yeah.
Okay, here we go. Well, here's your first one. See here, 3x squared plus 19x minus 14. Did we get that one?
Yeah.
All right. If you didn't, check out FOIL, see which one you got wrong, and then figure out why you got it wrong. Okay. All right, for the second one, first, 4x squared times 7x. What is 4x squared times 7x, Parker? 28x to the third. Okay, good. We got to add those exponents, right? So we get x to the third there. My outer 4x times negative 10 is negative 40x squared. Inner 3x times 7x, 21x squared. And then last, 3x times negative 10 is negative 30x. So I combine like terms. Remember, the like terms have to have same variable, same exponent. So my like terms are in the middle. I get 28x to the third minus 19x squared minus 30x. And that's our answer. Yeah.
Could we have done for the first step, 4x to the 9th power?
4x to the 9? No. Because that would be like pretending this is an exponent and it's not, right? We got to multiply those coefficients together and then add the two exponents. Parker?
What would happen if there was like 3 terms and one of the terms?
That's tomorrow.
Trinomial.
Today is just binomials together.
Is there another acronym?
You know what? Let's go.
Darn.
Let's go.
Give me what?
A binomial kind of sounds like a type of diamond.
A little bit, sure.
It sounds like a.
Any questions? Any questions on it?